Mmm. Mmm. And then cool. Gosh, I always take this in wrong. There we go. Alright, guys, cool. And we're gonna stream till like 3 maybe today. And how much time that's left? Worms, it could be a few months, or I'll protect them. Pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint history of Tassian from his early days to the revolt. Oh yeah, we already listened to this technically. Again, Dad told me the last prioress knew something about the whole history. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna, Mother Illuminata. Yes, I should write to her. Llama, Princess of Santa, formerly librarian. My name is I did not believe we ever met. I was very long when you left. I am the daughter. You were acquainted with my father. He bought me books. Right, because my father and I are creating a mural. We're going to tell the history about only legends and folklore, since all of the books were destroyed in the fire. So if you could tell us something about the early history of the town when Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the Abbey, be also glad to hear it. Appreciate and help you give, and hope you are well. I spoke highly of you, especially how you care for the library and its books. Hopefully you wrote that correctly. I feel like this act's gonna be shorter than the other one, just because, again, there's not the amount of time over a single day. It's like taking place over multiple days. Few letters addressed to you. Cool. Take care. Thank you. Wrote back to me. Thank you. Oh, she's got the pinky up. Thank you for the letter. I hope it's fine. Finds your father in good health. I remember you both. Remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. We did have some books that discuss the past likely as mythological as what your neighbors believe. I remember one of the peasants read about the history of the town. I know he died during a revolt. Perhaps his family knows of something of what he learned. It's not true all the books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas managed to save himself from the flames. God rest his soul. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that was all not for nothing. And aftermath that night, catalog preserving and surveying books was not the top of our minds, even so this topic stirred a memory within me. Several years before filed, there was a death, the murder. Oh, yeah, back to the Baron. Copy of Story at Tassay, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. Forgot about it till now. Troubles me now because I recall that the late father was also reading copy shortly before he died. Whoever accounted for other books' whereabouts, they had been hidden somewhere in the library, went up with everything else. Prior Frennick took it from the Baron after the murder. He had interest in books of all sorts, but it seemed like an odd thing to do. Again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Michaelius. The parents manservant believe it had been stolen by Martin Bauer. If Martin's still alive, I'll ask him if he knows where the book is. Hope he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out. If a man passed from this world, perhaps family know where the book wound up. As for History Abbey, I fear I was also lost in the blaze. However, Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. I'm not in contact with him, but knows he's now the Archdeacon. He's no longer at Bennington, but uses his family name. If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before the snow covers Valalis. Let's convey my wishes to your father. He's been a good friend to the Abbey. Despite violence, I hold no ill towards anyone. Pray you've gotten better days since that night. And God forgives the errors we made. God bless us all. I guess I should turn on... I don't want to overexpose myself though with this light, but... That's not too bad. Esther wrote to me as well. My dear, pray it goes well with you. Prague has been warm as of late. Resigning Pete outside the city, found a place nearby. Father thinks the king's expulsion order has been lifted eventually. Jews are too important in printing for the king to push this out forever. Speak of printing your ink as well. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. He's taken to make his own ink from scraps he found around the house over a day he saw of yours. I was furious when he spent several things trying to find lapis at the market. She said him scrubbing floors for it. Took him 3 days. Better keep busy. Roy says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance. Though really, if you don't plan to stay, you all come sooner rather than later. Plenty of beautiful young Christian men around town, parents and academics alike. Ready something else, have your pick. Prague is a good city for me as well. Before the explosion, there was a handsome man at the synagogue, Simon, who caught my eye. His father's a merchant, he's a doctor. He went to the University of Palda, can you believe it? I'd like to marry him if I could find him again. And I think you better luck than me. Boys would soon have room for blind artists from the Alps. Keep us abreast of your father's well-being. Blessings. What's up, Pops? Sunny upright still struggles, so not too well. Doesn't make my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat. Are you sure I could bring something light? No, I can't stomach anything yet. Where are you off to? Get started first part of the mural today. Lumina didn't know much of her history, but she gave me a few places to start. Yes. Von Kreuziger has mentioned those tales from time to time. Yes, he goes to borrow books now and then. Usually found some interesting old ruin out in the fields, but I want to ask him about that. Peter's always harumphed about how no one paid attention to old ways anymore, too. She'll have stories as how old Peter's still alive? That old geezer? Worth asking. He's an old man, he'll enjoy company either way. Alright, I'll talk to him too. I can talk to Smokey. Old Smokey's still there? Charcoalburn knows more about the woods in town than anyone else. May hear something worth your while anyway. I'll go talk to him. How about the ruins that are mines? I can't just go on books or stories alone. I want to explore whatever's left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine Roman ruins are the oldest parts, so it makes sense to see what left behind. Take after your mother. Always said what's the good artist do, Dad. Careful, I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I want you getting hurt. I don't know why Jorig doesn't keep them in line, always making trouble. At least Armis actually knows how to read. I don't think Pollock even spell his name. Boy struggles with his letters. Don't shame him for him. Not everyone's a printer's daughter. Don't forget your other chores. Better get going. That's a lot. I feel like I just got 80. I got 80 tasks to do. Like, good lord. All right. Fudge, where do we even start? Hmm. Warren Bauer, and then Ilpeter. Warren Bauer, Ilpeter, Black Till, and Smokey. All right. Is old Martin still alive? There he is. Morning. How's Klaus? Enduring even with speechless story, he keeps cheerful heart. I don't life would be like without him. He's a good man. It's a better place thanks to him. He's one of the few who has a bell on my back this whole time. What do you mean? I'm pretending like you haven't heard. Tone folk have whispered shit about me for years. What if I occasionally get a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved with what happened to Otto. I support his calls. I pulled my weight until the soil, salt, and meat's provided. I've done enough brat making work for his family. Can a man have a goddamn rest? George supports you in all this, doesn't she? That's a wife's duty. Take note. Get along, even though she spends more time with Veronica than me. Everyone needs a good friend. Yeah, good to have friends. Lost some time. It's time for you to go. Wait, I forgot what reason came to. I was trying to listen. I was told you could help. What I knew about history. Told me you borrowed a book of history of Baron Rothgold. Uncle Illuminata? Oh, you mean one of the old nuns from the convent? Book. I might have taken it back then. That was a lifetime ago. I don't remember what book or what I did with it. Those are a book I probably threw away somewhere or left it at home. She wouldn't be much of a book I can't read. Too unique for me to have sold too. No one cares about history anyway. Maybe I should ask Bridget if she remembers anything about it. Sure couldn't hurt. It was decades ago, but she's the one who remembers shit. Got work to do. Till later, Martin. Yo. So much to do. Sir will be a pride when you're 3. You've always had your mother's talent for art. How's your dad? One of the only people ask how I'm doing. I know how it is to be sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the needs of the person you're looking after. I worry about you carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him best we could. A few months before we passed were a tough time. Believe God will pull your dad through. Whatever a doctor says, we need him. Oh, wait. I'll tell you what about you'll do if he doesn't come through with this. I can't think that far ahead right now. Focus on the here and now. Be it, you're a good girl. There are many number of families to be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? Not a single man quality. Not even Oates. He's about to sell his father. God rest Otto's soul, and I miss him. He doesn't know what he wants. Some days I'm amazed he can button his own pants. Hey, Ava Hubbard. Who's to say doesn't do it for him? Save Otto and Eva. We all know he was hurt from the start. Oates appears to be yours. If ever comes to that, no, you're always welcome in my family. Perhaps nice working boy. He's got a sharp mind, can provide for a family. You're trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame mother for trying? Any family be lucky to have you as a daughter. I'll start my own time. Now every marriage must start off solid footing, but if you pray, work, and trust the Lord, you can find time, believe me. If it's not working out, how can you be sure couples belong together? You're not making the prospect sound exciting. I know it's brings people together for a purpose. You understand, only have faith in providence. I should get back to chores. Remember what I said. I had a question about a book. You know what happened to it? I hope we get in trouble, but I still have it hidden in the drawer. Left it when he ran off. Excuse me. Woo, my nose is running today. This thing is hot. Why'd you keep it? What I'm supposed to do? Bear was killed soon after. Just holding this stolen book. No one more to gain more trouble he was already in. Never read it though. Need reference from Merle, but anyone together get the ideas? I've been telling people all over town think I get the ideas from them. Alright. I have nothing more to do with it, be frank. Reminds me of difficult times. Stolen book of a dead man in our home. Perhaps spoiled our milk and turned our eggs all these years. Here are. Latin. Alright, one task completed. Let's talk to old Smokey. And then visit the mines. Oh, Vasclab's back. Up, Smokey. Mines, is this a new interest of yours? I don't see much trek out here as much anymore. Last I saw those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever step foot in a place. Where are you so interested in over there? The mural. The mines are the oldest part. I thought you might know something. I don't know anything about getting down to mines, but new fair stories about them, other Roman ruins. Stories my father used to tell me when he was a burner. The one about Mars, and Tassia, the myth was always my favorite, though. I blame that on my youth. The nymph. I don't know why I said myth. Tassia, Tassing. Folk named him town after a pagan god, a Roman one, at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, but I warn it's a bit baldy. I've read plenty of Roman myths. I'm sure none of it will surprise me. Maybe not, but I won't have your father hand me for courses. Folks in this town don't like me anyhow, but I'll tell decent bits of what I remember. Legend has it Mars was hunting in the woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He pulled his spear, he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and God was angry at his loss of quarry. So he trampled through the woods to see what woman was in the forest, not in the local town. Why would God be hunting in the forest? How should I know? Maybe he wanted to walk. Why should the gods do... Why should anything gods do make sense? Those were the old days with spears and ghost sprout. Fair enough. I mean proud. You know, like spirits and other evil things do. Can't say they walk through the woods like you or me. They proud. Alright, keep going. Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in the spring with a fat, ugly satyr groaning from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew it. And in return, well, heh, Tassia bathed the god. Heh. They bathed... Oh, I get it. They bathe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I did warn you. Mars left the pool, he dripped the ground, and it blossomed with flowers and crops. That's why its valley's so fertile. Mars got around, didn't he? Was there any nymph he didn't have his way with? It might be tricky to pay. I'm not sure if the council would approve. I doubt they would, but you're the artist, aren't you? You get to choose what mural shows. I won't let those little bastards keep you from paying what you want. So much of Romans left behind was destroyed over years, but I like that we have these tales. You never really destroy stories as long as there's people to tell them. Romans left behind hell a lot behind, too. Towns more Roman than Bavarian, really. Well, we are to serve the Holy Roman Empire. That we are, not for a trade of trying. It's much smaller now than it was in Roman's day, at least that's what I make of it. Runs go deep in the forest. Have tassings built on Roman stone. Take a walk around, you'll know some things. We use a stone to build. The old temple has grown over, but aqueduct runs for a while. Even Abbey used to be an old Roman floor. You can see some of the stones under the road if you look hard. May not be Roman, but this town is. I rely on the Romans for infrastructure. Most people here don't. Too busy to notice right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go take a look at the mine. Nothing will stop you. Just keep an eye on wolves or anything, right? I'll let you know if I see anything. Thanks for your help. Hey, how's Vasclab doing? Is there something I can do? Knives need sharpening? Are you friend of Smokies? Tinkerer? You sample the wares much? Vasclab, don't. You're gonna get in trouble again. No, not you. His idea's brewing in his head. That doesn't bother Smokey, it bothers other people a whole lot, though. Sounds like their problem, not his, exactly. Like, nothing to worry about. I want to know what happened. A long time ago, I got in arguments with people in town. They told Father Thomas his credit. He told him let it go, but somehow Inquisitor find out. Anyway, I had to leave for a while. Oh, so that's why I was gone in Act 2. The host, Eurocris, the bread and wine, blade of Christ. What communion? What about it? Mormon people writing about rejected transubstantiation. Good lord, the words. Idea that bread and wine of the Eucharist slowly becomes the body and blood of Christ. Here we go. Martin Luther's written about, I know that. Luther and Erasmus aside, people have been thinking about this for a while. Wycliffe has rejected transubstantiation for sound and logical reasons. Using our eyes, our senses, there's nothing perceptible that changes in the character of bread and wine. Was our senses necessarily encompass all God's miracles for them to be real? No, not all, but what reason would he place them outside the compass of our understanding? The act of faith. If that's the case, what importance is the material composition of the host? Even if bread and wine turn to Christ's body and blood, why is it necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh to tend to reunite with God through the Eucharist. The act of observance unites our will with that of Christ. He's present in us through remembrance, not a physical act. Even Martin Luther said presence, body, and blood was necessary communion. Others disagreed. All men far wiser and more educated in these matters. If you consider these men have rejected such things, there are greater implications. Are you ready to hear what's important? Disbelieve? Hope for more enthusiasm, growing to favor our souls. But alright, it all starts with Lucifer creating the world. Jesus Christ. We'll get to him. God was the word, and the word was truth, and the truth is light. Light is God's will. God's light contain aspects. We consider angels. These aspects separate itself from his intellect, manifest in darkness, corruptible Lucifer. To exist outside the boundaries of God's infinite light. The corruptible brought in an equally infinite darkness. That darkness, Lucifer casts his false light, a corrupted imitation of divine intellect to create the world. All material in our world is inherently a corrupted manifestation of that false light. We suffer a connection to God through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing in physical bodies. Jesus was not born virgin. It would not matter if he were. Lucifer was a rebellious splinter of God's will. Christ appeared when God willed his divine intellect to Jesus. Yes, but while the heirs of Lucifer's rebellious intellect, Christ received wisdom to the life God himself. He did die and was truly resurrected in body, but his reappearance was only important for him to convey a message of salvation to the people. Resurrections always happen. Even since we die without grace, our souls are condemned to be reborn. Physical world is the only hell we know. Living again, the only torment. I think it's a sad way to look at life. Maybe that's how I see it. 5 years, I may see it another way. Thank you for indulging me. Jeez Louise. Man, Vasco, I feel like stirring up some shit. He's like he hasn't got himself killed. Woo! Alright. This is already nearby. Let's go to mines. Hi, Apollo. Bye, Apollo. Pig. Who lost a pig? We haven't actually gone down the mines from this entrance before. If I raided rope toppings, I'd be able to get down more easily. Saw some rope in the workshop at home. I should be able to find everything I need there. Noted. So we'll go back to town. We'll try to see if we can find, Oh, Peter, maybe? What's up, old man? Old Tails. Been so long, thought anybody would want to know. We're still Tails knock him out in the skull. Roman legends, unbiased stories from outsiders, or gods that are not of his town. Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy the town. We spent duration trying to pick ourselves back up. And yeah, our traditions keep dying with no one cared to them. Only Ursula's giving a damn about them these days. Stories gonna be on the mural. I don't know any old Roman stuff, but what you can tell me about the myths. Romans were the first ones to live here. There are spirits older than saints that lived in these woods, older than the Romans. They were protected before St. Maurice even blessed a foot in this town. Thomas was the only good spirit, the Holy Ghost, everything else is the devil. That were true, Tassie wouldn't have been around for the Romans to take. It's Percha and her wild hunt that scared the evil ones away. They protected it since its founding day. Long before the Romans, our ancestors roamed the mountains under a great chieftain called Raetus. Now folk are as kind as they were now. The tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was a yellow-bellied coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, gods favored other tribes, and Raetus people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through mountains and valleys, hunting, gathering. When winter was approaching, Raetus went hunting and found a wounded wolf in his trap, and instead of killing the beast, most of the way helped the beast loosen from his bounds. Was a wolf a spirit in disguise? Of course not. Wolves are wolves. Old gods are keen to repay favors done. Purchase gods of the wild hunt. Wolves are animals. She leads the wild hunt and wolf hunt of the forest. Back in my day, folk knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now I'm the only one who remembers these things. Saul actually took favor to him and told him, led to his people to spring and claimed for his homeland. We've been in his valley ever since. Romans came and destroyed everything, you see. That's why a few of us still honor Percha. She protects us against witches and fiends. Everybody built this town, but the Romans didn't write these stories. Even though I'm the only one who can see for the old customs. At least someone wants to listen to me. Or else I used to sit by me years ago and listen to everything with old customs. Too busy for that now. But you might want to talk to her. Used to listen to Old Widow too. Old Tell knew more about ways than any of us. Talk so much to make my jaw ache. Alright. Alright, so we need to go to my place. Black Till, Il Peter. Alright, where can we go? Old Salt Mine. We're at Gertner Farm. So then we go up to Drucker House and Prisoner House and Balthasar. Okay. So we need to go to Town Commons. There we go. Been obsessed with your painting. I'm looking at History of Tassie, first part of Rural. For all the tile fields, that is, seem like old pot shards and Latin trivia were all ever talked about. All my granddad's reading came from the library, and you know what happened there. I've been smoked. So you don't have any of his old books? Only a few. He tried to buy some when the Abbey fell, but they were too expensive. I could show you something better than books. We don't have any books, but we do have their stuff. Shards of pox, animals, bricks from looks to be old forged mountains of salt. Even a little bear carved from amber. Where'd you find all this stuff? Not just me, Carl finds things. Fabian Tuning Farmer would tell you the same. It's all out there in the fields under dirt. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them to piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Sure, it's interesting, but not much except to look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. How do you think these people lived? Rough, I'd say, but comfortable. You don't find much of their clothes or houses, they must have arrived. I guess it mean they were living in huts. But their tools are good quality. If they were rusted to hell, I could probably use them today. I assume they live in caves or in the muck. They weren't Christians, no doubt about that, but they weren't animals either. Say it's hard, but it got by. Not so different from today, really. Images somehow solved. The pagans start to mine. Have to have, I say. Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think Romans dug out what was already there. That's why Tassin was so important to Romans in the first place. Always wonder why they sell in such a small town. You think there's anything left of the pagans down there? I don't know, but anything left would have been preserved and we dig out in the fields. Tell me something you aren't thinking of going down there. Well, there's stuff that could help me. Mine hundreds of years old, you can break your nitrics again down there. He made it back from normal world, didn't he? Maybe so, but he mocked the gods that failed his quest. Don't take him as an example. Not trying to have feel if you got hurt. He doesn't have to know, you won't tell him, right? Oh, no, I'm not lying to your father. Now, you're a clever girl. I doubt you'll find your way if you set your mind to it. But I can't help you. Pagan history really was unexpected. The past never is. You know, this pagan stuff will make it in the mural. I can bring some of the things the boys I've ever found, if that help at all. That'd be great. If I ever take an interest, no one would care about the pagans with me and Granddad. Should warn you, if you head to a forest, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict. So I don't know if the thing is the end game gonna be... all these people have their different tales of what history was, and I'm gonna have to choose which one to put on the mural, or am I actually able to fit them all on there, and I'm just gathering as much info as I can, and that's the bigger the mural's gonna be. That's where I'm confused a little bit on, like, where that's going. Okay, yeah, now we need to go up. That random kid, Oh, who's that? I'm hiding. Okay. Oh, sorry. Holy crap. Oh, is this that finished building? Damn, where the hell did this thing come from? Oh, is this where the mural's being built? Oh, I think the mural's being put in here. Okay. Got it. Damn, that thing really did come together, though. Who am I talking to here? Lynn. Yes? Simon just arrived for the beer. Isn't that spice? Yes, money one for properties. Copper Yummy pipe are part of the process. Who has the money to do everything? Jesus Christ. Problem? Of course not. It's your money. Quite excited about it, clearly. Okay, he's not my strong suit. No, all of the complaints about the cost, the base ride we're using is free. Ah, free rye. Red makes as much bread as we could, but she ended up having to throw a lot out. So why not make beer? I wish you the best of luck with it. You know, salt mine anyway, and chance you could help me. Must be quite an adventure. I could dig up a double pulley system, lower yourself in the shaft, and that might take a while. I go in today. We link a rope. You're braced against the wall of the mine shaft. Strong enough to support your own weight. Against the wall, yeah. Here you go. Sweet. Well, then that might be better than the rope that I have in my own place, I guess. Attil, Il Peter. Okay, so it seems we've talked to everybody. Just gotta find way back home. Well, there's another rope. I don't know where I'm supposed to be able to read the book at, but whatever. Alright, let's go back down. Alright. What's Apollo doing over here? Looking for frogs. You have to wait and see. Maybe she'll tell you. Okay. Good luck, I guess. Catching frogs, huh? Alright. Damn, but too much hot sauce. Woo! Alrighty. Either or. Let's go. Dang, I don't even know if I could take that rope down. Not the biggest fan of heights, so...